Before installing the 928 operator, survey the site. On the side that the operator will be mounted, there must be a grounded 120-volt power outlet within 6 feet of the operator. If not, a qualified electrician must install a grounded power outlet per local electrical codes. Check the condition and balance of the garage door. The door should move freely without binding from fully open to closed position. Check the torsion bar. It must not move up or down or side to side while opening and closing the door. Any torsion shaft movement may reduce the life of the opener. Allow the door to hang freely at the mid-open position. The door should remain steady and not drift. A trained garage door technician must make adjustments to the door, parts, or springs to correct any of these issues. The 928 may be used on section doors up to 14 feet in height and 18 feet in width. With 18-foot wide doors, consider installing locks and cable tension monitors on both sides of the door. The door must have a 1-inch diameter torsion bar with a torsion spring. Check the drums. The drums can be 4 to 6 inches in diameter. They must not be reverse wound. Check the cables. Cables must not be frayed. There must be at least 2.5 inches of clearance from the torsion bar to the wall, 3 inches of clearance from the torsion bar to the ceiling, and 8.5 inches of clearance between the end of the torsion bar and the wall. Measure the length of the torsion bar from the end of the bar to the bearing plate. It must be at least 1.5 inches long. If the shaft is damaged or too long, it may need to be cut. There is a jumper on the control board to enable or disable the cable tension monitor. The default position is enabled. On a high lift door or with horizontal track angled slightly down toward the door, or if using pusher springs connecting the cable tension monitor may not be necessary. The jumper can be moved from the enabled position to the disabled position with a pair of needle nose pliers. You are now ready to install the operator. How to attach the 928 residential jack shaft operator to the torsion shaft. Place the collar on the shaft of the opener. With a 3/8-inch wrench, securely tighten the 2 set screws on the motor shaft by turning the screws 1/4 to a 1/2 turn after making contact with the motor shaft. Loosely fasten the mounting bracket on the same side of collar. If not already closed, close the garage door. Position power head on torsion bar and slide garage door opener, leaving a 1/4 inch gap between the collar and the side rail bolt. Use a level to align garage door opener. When the garage door opener is properly aligned, mark the mounting bracket holes. Remove the operator from bar. Drill 3/16-inch pilot holes at the marked locations. Slide the garage door opener back onto the torsion bar until pilot holes align with bracket. Tighten the 2 set screws on the torsion bar. For a hollow torsion bar, tighten screws 3/4 to 1 full turn after making contact with the bar. For a solid shaft torsion bar, tighten screws 1/4 to no more than 1/2 turn after making contact with the shaft. Use 2 5/16-inch and 2.5-inch lag screws to fasten the mounting bracket to the wall. Use a level to make sure the opener is square to the shaft vertically and horizontally. Next, install the automatic door lock. The lock prevents manual operation of the door when fully closed. The lock must be mounted on the same side as the operator and within 10 feet max of the operator. Measure 3 inches above the second roller from the bottom. On taller doors, you may need to use one of the upper door panel rollers. Clean the outside of the track. Attach template to the track and drill 5/16-inch and 3/4-inch holes as shown on the template. Fasten door lock to the outside of garage door track with 2 1/4-inch Phillips screws. Run cable up the wall to the operator. Use insulated staples to secure wire. Insert the cable plug through the cable port and plug the connector into one of the lock ports. Either connector port may be used. Gather any excess cable. Secure with a wire tie and hang it behind the operator. A second lock can be installed on the other side of the door. The accessory lock extension cable will be required. Next, install the cable tension monitor. The cable tension monitor will stop the operator if door cable slack detected, preventing further cable throw. The cable tension monitor is shipped for left side installation. If the operator has been installed on the right side, remove the E-ring at the end of the roller. Remove the roller and reassemble on the opposite side. Position cable tension monitor above the door and close to the drum. Look for any obstructions that may prevent cable tension monitor from closing completely when slack is detected. The roller must be mounted 2 inches to 6 inches from the bottom of the drum. The cable tension monitor roller must be placed an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch from the cable. If necessary, mark and drill 3/16 inch pilot holes for screws. Fasten cable tension monitor with 2 1/4 inch lag screws. Run wire to opener through wire port. Cut and strip wires and insert into the cable tension monitor terminal block. A second cable tension monitor may be installed on the other side of the door. If retrofit, the operator must be reprogrammed. Installing the photo eyes and door control console. Install photo eyes on each side of the garage door. Position the sensors so they are no higher than 6 inches above the floor. Carefully staple the bell wire to the wall and run the wires to the operator. Run the wire through the open channel. Cut and strip the wire. Use a small screwdriver to push the lever on the photo eye terminal block. Insert 1/2 inch of the wire into the terminal while pushing in the tab. Repeat for all 4 wires. Use all 4 terminals. Do not make twisted pairs. Plug the door control wire into the terminal marked wall panel. Run the wire to the location where console will be mounted. Remember, position 5 feet or higher above the floor to keep out of the reach of children, within sight of door, and free from any moving parts on the door. Fasten white wire to U+ terminal. Fasten striped wire to U- terminal. Fasten one of the number 6 by 1 3/8 inch screws to a solid surface. The head should remain about 1/8 of an inch above the surface. If fastening to drywall, drill a 3/16 inch hole and use the anchors provided. Slide the bottom mounting hole of the control over the screw head and press down. Lift the actuator cover to expose the upper screw hole. Fasten to the wall with the other number 6 screw. Flip down the actuator cover. Next, plug in and power up the operator. How to set limit and force on 928. The travel limits and force profile must be programmed next. Travel limits and auto force setting must be set for the opener to work. To set the limits with the door closed, press and release the white limit button. The green up indicator LED will illuminate. The LED will remain illuminated, indicating active programming mode for 20 seconds. If the LED goes out, programming must start from the beginning. Press and hold the green up button. The door will travel up. In setting the up limit, the door should open high enough for vehicle clearance, but unless the horizontal track is angled down or pusher springs are used, never to full horizontal, lest setting up conditions for cable throw. The up and down buttons can be toggled to reach just the right height. Once the door reaches the desired up limit position, press and release the white limit button. The orange OK indicator flashes and goes out. The up limit has been learned. To set the down limit, press and release the white limit button twice. The red down indicator LED will illuminate. Press and hold the red down button. The door will travel down. Upon reaching the floor, it is important to fully compress the astragal on the bottom of the door. The up and down buttons can be toggled to reach the right height. Once the door reaches the desired down limit position, press and release the white limit button. The orange OK indicator flashes and goes out. The down limit has been learned. When both up and down, green and red, LEDs are illuminated, it indicates that both up and down limits have been set, and the operator is ready for auto force adjustment. After the travel limit adjustment with both up and down LEDs illuminated, press and release the force button once to enter auto force adjustment mode. The door will automatically travel up and pause at up limit for 2 seconds. Then automatically travel down and stop at down limit that was set. The orange OK LED will flash and 3 beeps will be heard, indicating the operator has learned the limits and force profile. Testing the safety systems. With installation complete, test the safety reverse system. Open the door by using the door control console. Place a 1.5 inch thick solid object or 2x4 on the ground under the center of garage door. Keeping the door in sight, use the door control console to close the door. The door must reverse and provide an audible warning within 1.5 seconds of contacting the object and stop at the full open position. If the door fails to reverse upon contact with the obstruction, reprogram the limits. Adjust the down limit travel of the operator. The astragal should be fully compressed. Conduct the test again. If the door reverses on contact, remove the object and run at least 3 complete travel cycles to ensure proper adjustment. Next, test the photo eye safety system. Open the door with the door control console. Confirm photo eye alignment by checking the LED on the photo eyes. One will emit a steady green light and the other a red indicator light. If not, check alignment and make adjustments. Place an object under the door about 8 inches high by 12 inches wide. The empty operator carton can be used. The green indicator light on the emitter eye should flash. The red indicator light on the sensor eye should be dimmed. Keep the door in sight and use the door control console to try to close the door. The door should not travel more than 1 inch in the down direction before reversing. An audible warning should also be heard. This video will demonstrate how to program a remote control to Guardian Garage Door Opener. All Guardian brand remotes are compatible with any Guardian Garage Door Opener. Bring your remotes with you to the control panel on the motorhead. Identify the yellow Learn button, press and release the Learn button. You will now have 30 seconds to program your remote control. Next, press the desired button of the remote control on your handheld remote. Additional buttons on your remote may be programmed to open another Guardian Garage Door Opener. The operator will beep twice to confirm it has learned the code. Repeat these steps for each additional remote control.